intellectual and philosophical pleasure.
I can now learn you, I can now preach you, I can now drink you, and I can now philosophize you. And I'm going to outrage you.
What was once an inarticulate mass of lifeless tissue, may I now present a cultured, sophisticated man about town.
Hey, thanks a lot, everybody, and welcome to the Dehne Show, 5 o'clock hour, Tuesday. And, of course, we do this every day, Monday through Friday on News Talk 780 KOH, with very few exceptions. We have an exception coming up Thursday and Friday of this week. And I understand that Maurice Washington has accepted the invitation to come and be on the program. He will, of course, the former state senator. I guess he officially still is a state senator. But Maurice Washington will join you. The Gospel According to Maurice Washington will be on this program Thursday and Friday. I'm headed for parts unknown. I'm not telling anybody where I'm going, except my wife. And she could care less. We're going to take a little motorcycle ride, some friends of mine and I. So it'll be fun. I'll report back when I get back on Monday. And then full speed ahead from then. So I don't know what Maurice has planned, but whatever it is, it'll be good, I know. All right, well, let's break into this 5 o'clock hour here and introduce you to somebody who is... I guess he's taken this serious, otherwise he wouldn't be out there doing it. But there are a lot of people, in fact, before I came in today, I talked to a couple of people and said, you really going to have this guy on the radio? He can't possibly beat Bob Cashel. His name is Chad Dehne, and Chad, thanks for joining us on the program.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me down here, Bill.
Have you heard that people think you're silly for even trying to attempt this?
Bill, I don't hear it a whole lot, but I will tell you this much. Those people that think I'm silly, they think that democracy's silly, apparently, because this is what Americans do. It's time for somebody to step up and serve the people. You know, our Constitution says, for the people, by the people. We need some regular folks in there in our government rather than the career politicians that seem to think they run the show.
Now, is this just a line that you're saying here, or do you really believe this?
Oh, I do believe it, Bill. You know, I was told in the first grade that I could be president. My whole class was told that. So, you know, if the American dream is gone, it's a shame. But you know what? Anybody that's laughing at me, they should step back and take a look at themselves and say, wow, do I really believe in democracy in America?
Have you ever held any kind of office before?
I've never held any office.
And you're coming forward now because you don't think the city is being run right?
You know, there's a lot of things. I hear from the encyclopedia every day. You know, we discuss things.
That would be your dad.
That would be my father, and he's down there, and he's been pointing it out for years. And I've ran before, and I even discussed then that I wanted to be elected then so I didn't have to deal with the problems that the city has now. And lo and behold, here the problems are.
Your dad is quite a character. You know that, right? Yeah, I mean, he's the guy that plays the guitar down there and sings songs in city council and all that. I remember having a debate, and I told him, I said, well, we can't have the guitar. And he got a little mad at me, a little upset. But, I mean, we're having a debate. I didn't want him to sing. I wanted him to talk.
Well, you know, he can use it as a crutch sometimes. Plus, you know, he's trying to promote his music career as well.
But I think he's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think while a lot of people think your dad's a little, you know, cuckoo, I think your dad's very intelligent. And the reason I say that is because your father is an ex-pilot.
Yes, he is. And you know, the cuckoo thing you can blame on the local media. They've made him out to be such. My dad does his homework. He's an Air Force Academy graduate. But, however, this isn't about my father. This is about...
No, but I just want to bring this stuff forward about, and I'm glad you mentioned the media, because that's where it starts. And a lot of people, you know, they just know the name Dehne. Oh, here comes another Dehne. And I would caution people to not think of your dad as a kook, because I've met him and I've talked to him. He's a very intelligent guy, and I bet many people didn't know he was an Air Force Academy graduate. And I bet many of them didn't know that he was a pilot, and that he has a very profound concern for the city that he apparently loves very much.
He does. He loves this city, and you know, a lot of his eccentricity comes out because of the frustration that he's dealt with over the years.
Now, what about you? You're a former Marine. I'm sorry. You're never a former Marine. You've retired from the Corps.
That's correct. I did not retire, but I got out with an honorable discharge.
Okay. And when did you serve?
85 to 89.
And so, where did you serve?
Oh, I was at Marine Corps Air Station El Toro.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with it. I'm very familiar with it. And what else is in your background here that we should know about? You're Retired Marine.
I'm a family man. I love this community. I grew up here.
A wife and children?
I have 3 boys, two grown men now that are my sons that I'm very proud of, and a 10-year-old. And my wife and I have been married for 24 years.
You don't look older. How old's your oldest?
You're very kind. My oldest son is 23 years old.
Wow.
Well, I was a Marine. I got started kind of early.
I guess so. Marines do that, don't they? All right, so let's get to the topic of what you think is lacking in our city government right now and our city leadership.
Ethics, the will to honor the people, the will to listen to the people. Back to my dad, they cut the people off that come down there to speak to 3 minutes, and I don't know how many places that people work where if their boss calls them into the office, they tell their boss, oh, by the way, I'm only going to give you 3 minutes to talk. Our government needs to listen. They know this when they put their name on the ballot, and if they're not hearing what they want to hear, they want to cut people off. Freedom of speech was not developed so that people could go in there and tell you what a great job you're doing.
But you have to have some decorum when you're in a meeting like that. And I know that the mayor has, because I've heard some of the meetings and I've watched some of the meetings, where they had to say, okay, that's enough. We got to cut that off, or whatever might be said. Freedom of speech doesn't necessarily mean you can say everything and anything you want. However, how long do you think people should be allowed to speak?